Hey guys, and welcome to another Schmoedown reaction. I've just got a small intimate panel here with me tonight to watch the team match, team title match go down, and this is an interesting one. It's Shirewolves versus on the video, it's, Brienne's team is called Sick in the Head, but whatever that means, if that's the actual name, I don't know. But with me, I've got JTH here. JTH, how's it going, and who do you have?
Well, that might answer the question right there, who I have. I'm really curious as to who Brienne's partner is going to be, because I see the black figure and the question mark, which means it's obviously got to be Chance Ellison again. I mean, they can't keep getting away with this now. It's got to be Chance Ellison. Come on, stop tricking us here. But ultimately, just hoping for a great match and hoping that Clark and Rachel can pull this out.
I'm a bit conflicted because I like Shirewolves and I also like Brienne, and for me it's going to depend on who Brienne has as a partner, because if it's someone who may not be that great, like I'll go if it's Shirewolves could take it away, but if it's someone like Mara Knopik or Dan Merle, then that will change things up a lot. So I mean, it's going to hinge on that, but for now I'm going to go with Shirewolves because I've always supported the Five Club and Rachel Cushing, and I mean I'm not going to stop now just because we don't know who is going up against them. But without any further ado, we'll start video in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play.
In the team tournament, the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament 2018, the theme is anarchy. Anarchy. Anarchy.
So wish I could go to this live event.
Can't wait to see it. Hope it's everything that I'm hoping it's going to be. That's an awkward pick of Mara to use for the promo.
Yeah, agreed.
Into the Schmoedown, into the tournament. Who are you looking to see? Who are you rooting for?
I'm also looking forward to having a break, and because I have a lot of mental situations going on and physical issues going on, so I hope that I'll be back, and I hope that I'll be able to, when the call comes for my next match, be able to say I'm ready, but I can't
This interview broke my maybe quiet.
Making her return to the Schmoedown in competition, Miss Movies Campbell! Oh, there's the entrance we all know. It's Buffy. Yeah, it's Buffy, and she's going for it.
I don't think anyone was.
She just killed somebody.
I mean, I didn't expect you to be almost perfect in that.
No,
Geppetto.
And I guess Wolf of Wall Street.
And with that,
that's it.
The winner of the 2000
I might get that in the Schmoedown Trivia Schmoedown.
Won a shot for herself to get a title shot. She can give it to anyone she wants. She can give it to a team. She can do whatever she wants as far as titles go. What will she do?
I have no thought about it at this present time because I'm just kind of gonna weigh my options.
You might not share it with like a certain,
Mr. Kalinowski. So I feel like this is my time.
Since you are our current free-for-all champion, may I present you with this belt, the official free-for-all belt for our official free-for-all champion. Wear it with pride and joy.
Hey.
Hey, sorry, busy?
I mean,
well.
It's you.
Look at that.
Oh, who's that knocking on my front door? The complete series available on DVD.
We saw how classy and elegant you were. Wonderful. In the free-for-all. Congratulations on
I really hope someone actually does it and puts all those segments into one package.
Stellar.
Just labels it there.
Your resume, and it was very important. So
It kind of brings the rivalry to the free-for-all.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
you get a title shot or something with that.
Might not have to worry about it. They might just show us the whole damn thing right here.
Right.
what your plans are with it, though? You give it any thoughts?
I've given some thought to it, but I don't really know.
I don't know if you want to compete. And I want to
So
support
you're
you.
asking me for this.
I mean, out of the people that asked to, Caitlin was probably the most fan who left. They came out
Get to the point.
and
Get to the
Make this
point.
competition classy, and we want your title shot.
No.
I just wanted to let you both know, as I'm sure you filled Tom in, that we will be playing a team match next
You're
season.
gonna beat her in a partner. So,
Yeah, no, I don't think so, because I have a partner.
Of course it's me. Shirewolves.
We talked it over, and your offer to join your faction next month, that's not really going to work for us.
Listen, I totally understand. You guys have both been performing
No,
really well.
no. We want to join you now.
Just tipped me off.
Whatever it takes to get to that belt, we're going to earn it. Clark talked about hype. We know we have been hyped up by the fans, and we're excited that, we pulled out a win today to live up to that hype, but we plan on continuing to work hard to earn that.
Shirewolves are a dream matchup for Rachel Cushing and Clark Wolf, part of the Fight Club, and then they're going up against two guys that watch Bloodsport and they're karate geeks.
5, 4, 3, 2, Tony Curtis. And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the Shirewolves!
I said during my match with Sam, I am coming for the belt. And I wasn't kidding. Rachel and I are coming for the belts.
Well, shit. If I've done everything I wanted to do in the Schmoedown, there's only one logical step left, and that is to walk away.
Walk away with and give up both championships.
Give up both belts.
World's Finest has their work cut out for them today, and whoever wins will earn a shot at the championship. And your winner, by way of technical knockout, and the number 1.
People have been wondering. They've been wondering what I'm going to do with this, and I've made my decision. I want a woman to have a belt in this league. Not one that I designed and I, came up with, but one that's officially for the league. And I'm going to be selfless. And I'm going to go against you guys, so that way it could be me, or it could be you guys.
Okay.
How do you feel about that challenge?
I mean, I think this is pretty much, I don't think any of us are surprised.
No.
I think this is, and I don't think any of us are scared. And I know that you and I have a little bit of history in the ring.
Sure.
I take the challenge seriously, but I think Rachel and I are ready.
More than ready.
Alongside afternoon podcaster and sports card pack enthusiast Ken Knapsack. What a match we have today for a belt.
I'm telling you, you can feel it here today, Mark. This is a big game feel. This is a title match. All things are on the line, and for the first time ever, history will be made. At the end of this match, we will have our first champion, who happens to be a female.
Exciting stuff here. Belts are on the line here, Ken, and what an interesting road we have taken this entire year in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, but particularly with this event. Now we have the Shirewolves. They come in here as the favorite. They're 3-0. They have one knockout. They came together at the beginning of this year. You have Clark Wolf, who was the Rookie of the Year in 2016. Rachel Cushing, Rookie of the Year in 2017. She had a teammate on a team called the Nerds Watch. She ditched that loser. She picks up a Clark Wolf, and now all of a sudden they go on a run that could lead to the belt that they so desperately crave here today.
Ken's wearing that
But
Mr. Anderson shirt. Thanks, asshole.
They have facing them.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a mystery team. A mystery in the sense that one of the partners has not yet been revealed.
We don't know.
Miss Movies won the free-for-all, one of the best moments in Schmoedown history. I don't even know if she fully comprehended it at the time, but she's definitely thought about it now. With that free-for-all came the ability to claim a title shot, and that is what she's done. After many people, I will admit, myself included, offered her money, cars, speedboats, all the things that were popular in the 80s to her for this title shot, for the right to take. She held on to it. And at the end of the day, I respect that because she's got herself here a history-making championship opportunity.
But who is the partner here? We have no idea who it could be. You, it could be Baby Carrots, it could be a Kalinowski, it could be the Commissioner Thatch. She can choose whoever she wants to go against the mighty Shirewolves. Who is she going to take? That's the big question that's about to be answered. We have no idea who is backstage. And the reason why we have this belt on the line is because originally we were going to have Shirewolves play the above the line, but then we had Drew McWeeny. He's still writing movie reviews. Sam Levine is retired playing shuffleboard in Boca. They vacated the belt, so now that belt is on the line here today. What a number of exciting things happening, and it all coalesces with this very day.
Yeah, I still sometimes can't comprehend what Sam did, but I respect it. Walking away at the top, nothing else to prove.
He got old.
Look what it's done.
He got tired.
It has given us this wonderful history-making match today, and I'm excited for you, the Schmoedown fans, for what you're about to watch.
I am excited for you. This is not the first time that Clark and Brianne have met in the ring. I believe Clark has a 2-1 record all time, but if that changes here today, a belt is going to be on Brianne. And whoever her mystery opponent may be, there was a lot of jabbering in the pregame talk. Let's take a look.
So Brianne stepped in kind of out of nowhere in that last match that Clark and Rachel played and announced that she was going to play the Shirewolves for the belt with an unknown partner. I say, bring it on. Throw anybody you want at these ladies. They will destroy them.
There was this event called the Free-for-All. I wasn't originally going to do it, but then my schedule changed and I was like, hey, why not? You know, it's pretty low pressure. And I like low pressure because I like to hang a lot of anxiety on myself. So I thought, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm just going to do it. And then I just kind of won it.
I've been playing this game for a long time. I've seen a lot of competitors come into this league and seen a lot of amazing competitors who have been in this league prior. And I've played a lot of them. And I really think, like, we've accomplished a lot. We've done a lot. We've come a long way. We're better players. We've seen ourselves evolve. We've seen the game evolve. And now I think the one thing that's left to check off is I think it's time for a title.
I have not revealed who my mystery partner is yet because I just decided, you know what? Let's keep everyone guessing. I needed to also figure out who I wanted to have as my partner. And so I did a lot of research. I thought a lot about this show and some of the history that I have in this show and thought who could be good alongside me for this. And I think you might be a little surprised. I don't know. I definitely went with someone that I have history with.
Look, the Fife Club respects Brianne Chandler, what she did in the free-for-all. We respect whoever her partner is, new, old, friendly face. We don't know. Doesn't matter, though. That's the point. It matters that we have, as Clark said, scraped our way, fought hard, worked our way to this title shot. We've been here before. We're vets at title shots at this point. So this is it. This is the one. And that's just it.
We're ready.
And lastly, I'm going to express myself the only way that I know how to, which is through song. You all looked through me, and who could blame you? I need a new me and some positive proof that I'm not just a fluke.
And after today, she could be champion.
After today, I'll be fine.
Let's hope there isn't any KO tampering.
A team belt might be mine. I've got less than an hour, and when this is settled, I'll either be champion
or you'll go mental. Just think of the time you've been losing, waiting until you could play.
Gonna be on a team battle, Rachel and Clark. Gonna party from now till the studio's dark. Things will be going my way after today. I wish that this was the day after today.
Hey, you see that, Ken? Those are two confident bunches, and yet I was maybe hoping we'd get a reveal as to who her opponent is. No such luck. That is apparently going to be safe for the intro, or hell, maybe round 4. I don't know when we're going to meet this new mystery teammate.
I'll tell you what, I like that strategy. I respect it from Miss Movies, holding on to the advantage she has until game time. I respect that a lot.
That's right. Clark's 4th attempt at a belt. This is going to be Rachel's. I believe it's her 2nd. This is Brienne's
very nice song.
Mystery opponent.
It's much better
knows
than
if they
any
even
song that I'd
own
come
a
up
belt.
with.
Ken, let's go to the tail of the tape.
Yeah,
what are the opponents that we know are showing up
Biryani,
against each other good at?
Yeah,
well, I'll start with the Shirewolves. We know Rachel is such a strong competitor in Intergeekdom, so she brings a lot of that. But don't forget, as I know firsthand when I was her teammate.
Oh, you were the guy?
I was the guy. I like to consider him very misunderstood. A lot of people think he's grouchy. He's just tired. But here's the thing. Her strengths also include directors, Oscars, new releases. She is a movie buff and here for a reason. Also, strengths include horror thriller. We know that's a specialty of Clark Wolf. And I talked to Rachel before the match and said, what else are you studying on? And she said this. War movies, because I'm going to war. I may have added the last part because it sounded cool, but war movies is listed there. On the other side, Miss Movies, well, we don't know what her partner will bring to this match, but we do know her strengths include, well, wonderful entrances, and that I actually think that is something that helps you in the match. If you can intimidate your kind of get that awe-inspired feel from your partner, that's a leg up. Her strengths include dance, musicals, new releases as well. And she also
Chance Ellison disappeared again.
Before matches, which I think shows a sign of concentration because she is getting all the bad mojo out and she's here to fight.
I feels bad because I saw her eating wood wrench not an hour ago.
That was actually me. That was me.
I get you two mistaken all the time. Ken, you ready?
I am ready.
My armpits are ready, so
I hope he was not in a dress.
Schmoedown! Here to introduce the team members and opponents, at least the ones we have. It's the golden throw of Afternoon Podcaster Ken now.
Here we go. Introducing first. She is the 2018 Free-for-All winner, Miss Movie Brienne Chandler.
Is this? Ken, that's not Brienne Chandler. That is Wendy Lee.
Wait.
It appears that she's
fighting over this is a miscongeniality interest. I love that. Take a round in the yard.
Wow. We don't know if anybody's been harmed. Wendy Lee. Wow. Brienne is now appeared to be okay. That's good. We don't know what happened to the crowd, but we do know that Brienne is now.
She killed Wendy.
We have some rose petals on the ground. I'm going to take those later.
And I actually thought she might be a long shot for her partner.
All right.
She
I have
killed her.
This was handed to me during that explosion. I do have the information, and it's time to introduce Brienne's mystery.
And then
partner.
Wendy Lee comes back out.
He is a New York Times best-selling author, former winner of Beat the Geeks and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. From The Adam Carolla Show, Brian Bishop! The tiara! Wow, look at that!
Bald. Boy.
That is a surprise. This is out of left field. I I
don't know who that is.
I had sources say that it was Nick Mundy. I had sources saying that there were some other outside sources coming. RB3 was the candidate.
Bald.
Kevin Smith. This is a surprise, and wow, he brings a pedigree that I will see how this plays out.
The best, the
Butcher, before we introduce the competitors that you're going up against,
King,
in the head
Bishop.
Is there any logic behind that?
Yeah.
Well, I suggested to my good friend Brienne, who I've known for years, that we be the bald and the beautiful. And she said, I'm not comfortable with being called beautiful. And I said, you think you're the beautiful one?
Yeah, right.
The joke, of course, that's a joke, of course. But we went with sick in the head. I don't want to speak for Brienne, but we both dealt with some health issues in the past, and she's been a very good friend for me over the years, so I'm here to support.
All right, well,
kick some ass.
Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Bald and the beautiful, while follically accurate, not the choice. Sick in the head. They have overcome some stuff in their lives, and now they're here possibly with a chance to maybe cast another crown aside and win 2 belts. Who are they going up against?
What an emotional undercurrent. And their opponents, with a record of 3 wins and 0 defeats and 1 KO, representing the Fight Club, accompanied to the arena by the Golden Mike Emma Fight and Mark, the Android, and Draco. They are Rachel, the Crusher, Kushin, and Classy. Clark, woo! They are the Shirewolves. Oh, okay, I get it. Yes.
Great cosplay, Mark.
The store. What an entrance from both teams. I love this.
I must say,
that is the Thorn of
very
Mueller.
good entrance.
It's the Thorn of Mueller she's got in her hand.
And
as soon as I heard the song, I thought that's probably going to go that
Look
way.
At that. Oh, right.
Competitors, here is how the rounds will work in a championship format such as this. 5 rounds. As Ken said, to the finish. In round number 1, the field is going to hear 8 questions from 8 different movie categories. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round 1, and you may not rely on the knowledge of your teammate in round number 1. In round 1, it is all up to the individual to accrue points on behalf of your team. So we ask the question, you write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard that we have so kindly provided in front of you. Do you need a marker? We bought those too. You get about 15 seconds, and then when we call time, we will address you by your name. Once we do that, please show your whiteboard and the best attempt at an answer you wrote on there to the camera. At the same time, you verbalize your answer for the microphone. I will remind each competitor and the teams about your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the match. If you're not sure you heard a question correctly, you want to repeat it, you want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. Each team also has 1 challenge to use. You don't like the way a question was ruled? Please use your challenge, and we will consider it up here at the answer desk. All right, Shirewolves. That would be Clark and Rachel. Thor and Hell, excuse me. Are you guys ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Ready.
All right, Brian, thank you for joining us here today. Brienne, a favorite coming back. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
We're ready.
Yes.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Here we go. 5 rounds to a finish.
Ken, why don't you have the honor and ask the first question in round number 1.
I do declare you're a gentleman to the end, sir. First question comes in the category of action/adventure. Michelle Rodriguez appears as Letty in how many films in the Fast and Furious franchise? You know, I once got my Camry up to 43 miles an hour.
Listen, the answer is not Q,
the all-time record for a Toyota Camry. I believe very impressive. We go to 5.
The answer's probably too many, because there's been too many Fast and the Furious movies.
1, please place your markers down. We're going to start with Clark there on the end.
8.
I think it's 3.
That is incorrect. Brienne, did you have it?
I put 6.
That is also incorrect. More numbers with Rachel.
5.
5 is the correct answer, Brian.
4.
He had 4.
So close.
I've reached my personal goal.
Really just guess the numbers. That point. It's been like 18 of those movies. We move on to the 1990s. And your question from that lovely decade, it saw the blossoming of Ken Knapsack. Who plays the angry school bus driver in Billy Madison?
It actually happened to 2004.
I was just giving you some credit there, buddy.
So much for
And we go to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Brienne, we're going to start with you.
I put Chris Farley.
It is indeed
correct.
The legend Chris Farley.
I said Tommy John.
Rachel
I
had
knew
it as
he was
well,
a bus
did
driver.
Brian.
The national
No yelling on the bus.
Chris Farley. And Clark Wolf.
Chris Farley.
All right, take lead. 3-2, Shirewolves.
What a legend. And now Rachel, all of a sudden the only competitor left that could have a perfect round. If she does that, Ken, we have a bonus question just for Hella.
Just for you. Third question comes in the category of dramas. What actor stars alongside Tilda Swinton as a depressed vampire musician in 2013's Only Lovers Left Alive?
See, I had you for the 90s because I knew you were a big Liz Phair fan. I thought maybe that awoken some things inside of you.
She's releasing an album next year.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down. We start with Rachel.
Tom Hiddleston.
That is correct.
It is correct.
Show my answer.
I had Ewan McGregor.
It is not Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, I
Does
didn't
Clark
actually
have
know
it?
that.
He's adopted.
Tom Hiddleston.
And Brienne to
I
close it
put
out.
Kate Blanchett.
All right.
'Cause why not?
And now the Shirewolves all of a sudden pouncing onto a 3-point lead. And we go to your fourth question in round 1. This is in the world of animated movies. Movies drawn by computer or by hand. Your question is, what 2006 animated film features the voice talents of Elijah Wood, Brittany Murphy, Hugh Jackman, and Robin Williams? See the documentary on Robin Williams.
For me, Robin Williams is what made me know what the answer is.
I think Josh McCouga has that.
I actually did not mind the sequel all that much either.
4, 3, 2. We're with a lot of hairy people. 1. Pens down. Brian, you are up first.
Happy feet.
I guess that's Mr. Fox.
It is not, and I will remind Brian that you have to write down the full title and name, or we
Okay.
cannot accept it. Clark,
I got nothing.
Clark, I will remind you have to write down the full title, or we will not accept it. Brienne.
Happy Feet?
It was
That's
Happy
correct.
Feet.
Happy Feet.
Rachel.
I said robot.
Oh, look at that. They pulled a little
All
closer.
right. Brienne. She has 2 kids, and kids paid off there with her
surprising.
knowledge
One
of
out of
Happy
4.
Feet. Can we go back
Yeah,
to you
but
for
in
fantasy
saying that
sci-fi?
robots,
All right.
well, I'm pretty
This
sure
question
robots
comes
was
from the
2005,
category
so
of
it's
fantasy.
understandable
So
why
yeah, just
because
kicked it over
they're
you.
so close together, why you should think
thank you.
that.
Yeah, fantasy sci-fi. In Signs, what do Morgan and Bo wear to keep the aliens from reading their minds?
That movie scared me so much. I was afraid to walk to my car because it was evening when I got out of the movie.
Aliens are talking to me
5,
right now.
Seems like an obvious answer, but I'm guessing
3,
it's not.
2, 1. Pens down. Clark Wolf.
Tinfoil hats.
Correct.
It is tinfoil.
Tinfoil hats.
Yeah,
Correct.
Tinfoil hats.
That's
Well,
correct.
I only know that because of the
Hey!
scene in Scary Movie. I want to
We're all friends up here in the movie trivia
I'm like, they do
Schmoedown.
that in
We
every
move on to
movie.
the
It
next
couldn't have been the
category,
same
which
in that
is
movie, too.
comedies. What does the laugh sound like, Ken? Not. Nobody's ever laughed like that. In My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Tula's father believes that every physical ailment can be healed by using what household product? I love that movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen the sequel?
No,
Do
but
not.
This is where the
how
running
many
gag
weddings
came
have you
from.
been kicked out of?
Not. I am 2 for 11. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Is it
1.
duct
Pens
tape?
down. We go to Brienne.
Windex.
Oh,
Correct.
no.
Rachel.
Windex.
It is
correct.
indeed.
I
Brian?
broke up with my first girlfriend while watching this movie, so I remember Windex.
He does remember Windex. Clark Wolf.
Windex.
All
Okay.
right.
I was wondering
Still
if
a
that was
2-point
where
lead
the
here,
duct
but a
tape
close
gag came
match.
from.
Very close
Guess not.
match. Seventh question comes in the category of horror/thriller. Horror/thriller. Who plays Mark Wahlberg's wife in 2008's The Happening?
I believe that is Emma Shalon's best critically reviewed film.
It's definitely
got a
higher
lot
than
of
The Last
acclaim.
Airbender.
That- that was
I
his
remember
announcement.
unfortunately watching this movie one
5,
year.
4, 3, 2, 1. Miss Cushing.
Zoe Deschanel.
Correct. Yes, it is.
I may not have spelled it right, but it's Zooey Deschanel.
Spelling is okay. You got the answer right. Did Clark Wolf?
Zooey Deschanel.
Yes, she did, and Brienne.
I didn't.
Oh, she got a 0.
But she's proud of that 0, and that's really all we ask for at the end of the day. It is back to 11-8, and the Shirewolves clinging to that lead, and we move on to our last category.
She didn't watch that movie.
Round 1. It's a Patreon question, and it comes from our old buddy Jake Hammer. Thank you, Jake, the Hammer. Hey, there's a hammer up there, and there's a hammer in our hearts. Thanks to Jake for supporting the show. You guys can check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon at any time. Select which tier is right for you. Maybe one day we say your name. Jake Hammer wanted to pick directors for his last category in round 1. Your question in the world of directors is, what biopic served as George Clooney's feature film directorial debut?
Thanks, Jake.
Direct me, you know what I mean?
Oh, Ken. Oh, boy. Oh. I do.
I don't know if he directed this
anyway. 4, 3.
Can you repeat the question?
I certainly can.
That one for sick in the head.
What biopic served as George Clooney's feature film directorial debut?
Directorial debut. Is it?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, we go to Mr. Bryan.
Is it Confessions of a Dangerous Mind?
It is.
It is. Did Clark Wolf have it?
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
I did not have it. I had Good Night and Good Luck.
Good night, good luck. Great
Not
movie,
a bad guess.
no.
Not a bad guess.
And
Confessions
Rachel
of a Dangerous Mind.
Cushing had it as well.
Too many words
a
for
little
me
bit
to
of
know.
pace between them right there at the end. So 13-9, Shirewolves over Sick in the Head, but Sick in the Head in the game. This is teammates learning their chemistry, Ken, and that's really going to be tested in round number 2, because this is known as the Wheel round, the Wheel of Fate, Justice, perhaps Doom for one team. Each team gets one spin at that wheel, which features 12 different movie trivia categories. Each category contains 6 questions from said genre of film that we have up here. We're going to ask you, and you give us your best attempt at an answer. Each question is worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us to give you multiple choice.
And just a small disclaimer to all the take 3 fans. If Shirewolves do win, I will not take my shirt off.
And I'll remind both teams you are allowed to consult with your opponent
out there
for the duration of round number 2.
I'm sure they brought a Shirewolves fan on here to expect the unexpected. But
you can talk to your opponents too if you want to. I just wouldn't trust their answer. Yes. Thor is right. You can consult with your teammate, probably not the other way around. So now that we have all that squared away, the Shirewolves and Sick in the Head both are going to get to spin a wheel, Ken, that has Patreon categories on it. The wheel for today's match is sponsored by our Schmoedown patron, Jake Burnham. Thank you, Jake Burnham, for supporting the Patreon. The sponsored wheel slices for today's match are musicals and dance. So thank you, Jake Burnham. Musicals and dance.
Want someone to win?
I will actually point out that these matches were selected ahead of time, and the wheel slices for the Patreon do not run through our lovely Patreon runner. That would be Brianne Chandler, but these wedges did not come from Brianne. So with all that out of the way, Shirewolves have the lead. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer
Rachel will be
to
good
your
with
opponent Sick in the Head?
We will defer.
They're going to defer, so Sick in the Head, who Brianne, more the seasoned veteran, going to step up here.
A good spin.
Show Brian how it's done. Here we go. That is how you spin a wheel, Ken.
Good spin.
It was a good presentation. She landed the dismount. I give that spin 9.8 out of 10 at the Olympics. And I'm a French judge, so I'm really hard.
I'm a Russian judge, so I won your election.
We could be looking at dance movies. Ken, right off the bat.
Look at
that. The bat.
That would be all you.
But now the question becomes, does she select dance movies, which we know is a favorite of hers, but does Brian know a lot about dance movies?
I'm not going to help you with that.
She's spinning away from dance.
She's spinning away from dance.
Dance.
It's a smart one if the other one isn't competent with dance.
You gotta wonder if Brianne wants dance to come back, or if she actually wants.
Well, she knows she knows that would play to her strength, but not necessarily her team's, and I respect that decision.
That's a giving teammate. It's like when LeBron passes at the end of a game. Should he have done it?
I think it would have been a good idea if Spinner's opponent's choice had been on there, because then you would have had an extra chance to be able to.
Campbell asking the ones to the Shirewolves. So, these are directors in movies. Something about their film, something about the director. And once again, each question is worth a maximum of 2 points. Remember, both teams, stealing is available in round number 2. Your first question for Brian and Brianne. That's fun to say. Alliteration. Is name the director of We Bought a Zoo.
Is it Cameron Crowe?
It is. 2 points. All right.
That's the film I broke up with them on.
Brian, having a lot of relationship tragedy during cinema. Let's see.
This is a purging for me, a real catharsis.
Let's see who he had a fling with during these next movies. That would be who directed the Steve Martin films, The Man with Two Brains, The Jerk, and Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Okay, gonna need an
multiple
answer.
choice.
We can do that. Is it A, Harold Ramis, B, Steve Martin, C, Carl Reiner,
I think it's Harold Ramis.
Oz?
That's what I thought it might be.
Need an answer here.
Unless it is
5,
Steve Martin.
4,
and it's
3,
Jimmy a
2,
really loop.
Harold Ramis.
It is not Harold Ramis for the steal.
It's Carl Reiner.
It is for 1
Carl
point.
Reiner indeed.
It was one of the two.
They know a little something about directors over there on the Shirewolves end of the table as well. The next question, and this is for Sick in the Head. Brian De Palma directed the remake of Scarface in the 1980s. What directorial legend co-directed the original 1932 version alongside Richard Rawson? And we go to 5, 4.
Multiple choice, please.
I can do that. Is it A, Louis Milestone, B, Howard Hawks, C, Ernst Lubitsch, or D, Michael Curtis?
B.
And we're going to need an answer in 5,
the only legend
4, 3.
Hawks.
It is Howard Hawks for 1 point, maneuvering their way around a tough question. That's how great teammates do it. And you guys are halfway through your round number 2.
It's actually a nice close match.
Which was the debut feature film of writer-director Jason Reitman? Okay. And we go to 5, 4, 3.
Thank you for smoking.
That's correct for 2 points.
And we are tied.
Look at that.
With 2 questions left.
Hanging in there.
In round number 2, your penultimate question in this round. Name the only Alfred Hitchcock film that won Best Picture.
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
2 more points, and they have their first lead of the ball game. And Ken, we go to their final question. And it's a director near and dear to all of our hearts. And that question, what was the last film that John Hughes directed?
Oh.
All right, and we're going to need an answer here in 5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, Uncle Buck, B, Home Alone, C, Curly Sue, or D, Dennis the Menace? Once again, need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Curly Sue?
It was Curly Sue for a point.
Look at that.
They had to go to multiple choice sometimes, Ken, but you want to come out of your portion of round 2 with the lead. That is what Sick in the Head has done.
There is pressure now on the other team. That is a check in the box, as they used to say when I used to play GoldenEye in '96. They're checked by the box.
Interesting walk down memory lane. Thor is going to be spinning, and I wouldn't doubt that Thor is able to spin the wheel, and that was a Asgardian level twirl.
Spinning for a while here.
I like that Clark Wolf even made the effort to put like the face paint on. This is truly Thor Ragnarok, what we're looking at.
She actually cut out her own eye.
Could she have cut her hair? Sure. Horror movies, Ken. She's looking at Rachel. This is the same thing that Brienne went through when she got Dance.
Might be another.
Yeah, we'll do it.
They're going to take it. They're going to take horror movies.
All right. Horror. We got a strict here, but you know, that's what you said. That's that balance.
Okay.
Worked for Sick in the Head. Will work for Shirewolves. Here we go. 6 questions in this round. First one up. Who directed 2002's Cabin Fever?
Eli Roth.
Eli Roth.
That's correct for 2 points.
2 points for
within
that.
1.
In American Psycho, Patrick stops Jean before she puts what on his coffee table?
It's the ice cream container.
That is incorrect.
That's what I think.
Any answer?
We're gonna guess it's water. It's a glass.
Incorrect. Looking for a spoon.
Spoon.
I just watched this movie, and I feel like she puts the spoon in the container, and then he
puts the coaster
he puts the coaster down.
Potential challenge.
Okay, would Shirewolves like to use their challenge?
Yeah, let's challenge.
Okay, they're going to challenge here. We're going to need.
We're back, and after watching 48 minutes of American Psycho, we have a ruling, and according to our sources, Patrick Bateman, the character in the movie, puts down the spoon and the carton containing ice cream at the same moment. Thus, he placed both on the table, so the 2 points are going to go to the original answer, and that would be Clark Wolf.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it there. That's the way to do it. All
I can just imagine them just sitting down watching because I was like,
Third
coming up, coming up.
When's this freaking
what
pork coming?
2007 horror movie does a young widower return to his hometown to search for answers to his wife's murder, which may be linked to the ghost of a murdered ventriloquist?
That's a tough homecoming.
A lot of syllables for a dumb man like me to say. But
Okay, multiple choice.
A. Puppet Master. B. Annabelle. C. Dolls. D. Dead Silence.
Yep, I knew it. Dead silence.
That's correct for a point.
1 point for Shirewolves, Ken. Interesting to note is that now they have the lead again.
Interesting side note, I think I saw the dumbest thing I've ever seen a couple days ago. I saw a CD for a ventriloquist.
Question.
Does that make any sense?
Who plays the Queen Vampire San Tanico?
That ain't real. I can hear the dude moving his mouth.
Yes,
Salma Hayek.
That's correct for 2 more points.
They said it together. That's the kind of unison you can't coach. That just happens with experience.
All right.
Or coaching, probably.
5th question out of 6. In The Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, the abandoned cabin that Ash and his friends visit is located in what state?
Guessing it's not Hawaii.
Okay, gonna go to 5,
Go for it.
4,
You feel good.
3.
Tennessee.
That's correct for 2 points.
Wow.
Great job.
You know, Clark Wolf anchoring the team when it comes to horror, but Rachel Cushing also showing her overall movie knowledge as
Here
well.
we go. Final question. Final question. Who starred as Father Philip Lamont in Exorcist II: The Heretic?
Multiple choice.
George C. Scott, B. Gregory Peck, C. Richard Burton, D. Max von
Well, I know it's not Max von Sydow, that's for sure.
That's correct for a point.
All right, the Shirewolves maneuvering that round very well, using their challenge. It ended up being successful. We close out their round with Exorcist II, arguably the best movie in that franchise. And now they have a 7-point lead going into round 3. And this is where the championship matches get fun, Ken, because we have what is known as the betting round for round 3. Here's how it works. Because the Shirewolves are in the lead, one of these Shirewolves is going to spin that wheel again. Whatever category that wheel lands on, there's going to be a question asked
I forgot
to
this was a
the
championship
field.
match.
You guys are going to come up with your best attempt at an answer, but before doing so, as soon as you see the category, each team has to decide how many points
Almost
you want
had
to
me there,
wager.
Malcolm.
How well you know that category. Does it give you confidence or dread? You can wager no points. You can wager a maximum of 3 points. Once we get the wagers in, then we will ask the question.
Also known as the round Viviani is still not good at.
As we always
round
say
3.
before the betting round, Knapsack, gamble responsibly.
Here we go.
Thor.
Man.
I'll write another
The
answer.
bar classes, you know, and they pay off with wheel. I don't know if wheel spinning is a thing in bar classes, but certainly.
Good shoulder.
That's right. Clark Wolf, classy as always.
Shot.
Ken, they spun hard again. This is some good spinning. Hey, kids at home, take bar classes. It's going to help you in selecting movie trivia categories. They picked horror, so now the teams are going to confer. And I'll remind y'all, this is a team exercise. This is not individual, so it's going to be one answer provided by each team, one wagering amount. And now for the question. In the world of horror movies, this could be worth as many as 3 points. This could be worth as many as 0. However many points you wager, you could lose those. What film numerically in the Friday the 13th series sees Jason take Manhattan? Like Muppets did so long ago.
Yes, I get right.
right, teammates sorting. And we're going to have to put the clock on at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We need an answer first. Sick in the head. How many points did you wager?
1.
You made.
And we said 9.
Okay, and Shirewolves, how many points did you wager?
We wagered 2 and we said 8.
Okay, so
2 points are going to the Shirewolves, and 1 point is going to be taken away from Sick in the Head. And just like that, the betting round rears its ugly head to two scrappy underdogs who are trying to take some belts. It is all of a sudden a 10-point lead in the favor of the Shirewolves, Ken.
Yeah.
But, and as everybody out there, everybody watching, all you reactors out there who we love so much, you guys know what round 4 means. That means it is time for the speed round. Why do we love the speed round, Ken?
Because it's real fast, Mark.
Buzzers.
Yeah.
We got buzzers that we provide on the table. That's right, Ken. I said buzzers, and they are on the table now along with the competitors, and there's some belts that the Shirewolves are ever so close to having, but the speed round has seen fate turn in a hurry. Here's how it works. Each team and each competitor is going to hear a
question. Need to get a few of these
point. As soon as you think you know the right answer, use that buzzer to buzz in. The question is then for you and you alone. As soon as I say your name, you have 2 seconds at the most to answer the question correctly. You can't get in that time frame or you get an incorrect answer, your team is going to lose a point. So beware. You buzz in and you have a brain fart, your team is going to lose a point. Ken Knapsack will be asking the questions. As soon as you think you know it, you do not have to wait for him to finish the question. You guys can buzz in. All right, Ken, at your ready.
First question. Name the movie from the tagline. 1 dream, 4 Jamaicans.
Cool Runnings.
Clark.
Cool Runnings.
1 point. All right, and that's how the speed round works, Ken.
Question 2. Who plays Tom Hanks' love interest in You've Got Mail?
Big one.
That is Brian.
Meg Ryan.
1 point. For Sick in the Head, back to a 10-point game.
Name the film franchise that has the following characters. Livingston Dell, Sal Bloom,
Ocean's 11.
Ruben Tishkoff.
Rachel.
Ocean's 11.
Correct. 1 point for the Shirewolves, back to 11 points.
Good thing they didn't.
Who directed the original Point Break?
That is Brian.
Catherine Bigelow?
Yes, sir.
That's correct. Yeah. Final question. In Say Anything, John Cusack holds up what out?
Boombox.
A boombox.
That is correct. And your winners and new Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champions of the World by way of knockout, the Shirewolves.
Yes!
Can they did it? The fight summon. This is just such an emotional moment right now for the Fight Club. We have history marks. These are the first women to
ages are always surprised
hold
by the bride, and now they've got the belts.
And it's just such a great moment. It could not have happened to two nicer individuals. I will say this: the Shirewolves got a really nice test today from Sick in the Head. Brian, who's never been under the white hot spotlight of the movie Trivia Schmoedown before, he's got a storied resume when it comes to movie trivia. He lived up to that promise, and Brienne played very well. They just didn't have what it took to get the belt from the Shirewolves. It felt like destiny served the Wolves here today.
Hey, look, I for one hope Sick in the Head comes back.
Yep.
There was definitely some chemistry there.
So
Brian stepping in the
sad.
first
We're not
time,
going to
that
get Rachel
takes
and
a lot to
Guy.
set this up.
I'm
Look
sure
at
that
who we
breaks
have.
everybody.
New champions, Rachel, Clark.
On behalf
Emma,
of everybody that actually likes the Shirewolves.
This is history in the making here for the movie.
On the other hand, Rachel's probably glad that she doesn't have to team with God.
This is a great moment in the history of the movie Trivia Schmoedown, and now we're going to toss it to our own Jen Sturger, who is going to have an interview with both the winning team and the losing team. Jen, it's all yours.
That's right, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans. Jen Sturger here with your new team champions, the Shirewolves, Rachel Cushing, Clark Wolf, the rest of the Fife Club. Holy shit, this is amazing. How are you guys feeling right now?
My heart is beating so fast. I wasn't doing the math. So like I just didn't understand it until it happened, and we wanted it, but I guess I didn't know I wanted it this much. I don't know. I'm like over the moon, and I'm so proud of Clark and I, and yeah, anyway.
Clark. Yes.
You're tearing up a little bit.
I'm so it's both, probably. I'm so happy. I'm so excited, and I feel like, you know, I just feel like we played a really good game today. Like we played a really good game, and I'm super proud of what we were able to accomplish.
What juju do you have on that wheel to keep spinning horror?
I don't know. I really, and the force. Yes, absolutely. I don't know. That was luck. But I'll say this, and I've said it before: spinning what you think is your strength is not always a sure thing. I've had that backfire on me several times, but I also felt like, I felt like we could keep it in multiple choice if nothing else. So maybe we wouldn't have run the board, but at least we could have kept those points from going elsewhere, and that was the idea behind that.
Absolutely, and Sick in the Head kept it interesting.
Oh, they were amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but ultimately, I think, what it comes down to today is something that we've been talking about, is that both Clark and Rachel played an absolutely incredible game today. If you want to see a textbook perfect example of how to write a screenplay, watch Back to the Future. If you want to see a textbook perfect example of how to play in the Schmoedown, watch today's match. Clark and Rachel, they know the game. They've been in it for so long. They've worked so hard. They absolutely deserve these belts. And it has absolutely everything to do with the fact that they are incredibly skilled when it comes to movie trivia, but they played a good game.
The thing that was great about it was they listened to each other, and there was strategy involved, because the smartest person in the world, if you don't know how to play the game, knowledge isn't everything. And the way they listened to each other, and the way that Clark, especially knowing horror movies are her strengths, when she wasn't 100% sure, she went with the multiple choice, and when she heard it, she knew. That's smart gamesmanship, because 1 point, 2 points can change this game on a dime. And like Emma said, this should be a how-to video for how to play this game. I am so impressed by just the teamwork and the way they played. It's just, I'm going to watch this to study it. It was amazing.
And as Andreyko was saying, 1 point making all of the difference. I mean, going into that speed round, there was a 10-point deficit. So as long as Rachel and Clark came out of that round 1 point ahead, there was no way that the other team could catch up to them. And again, Sick in the Head played really well, but ultimately I was watching that match with bated breath, just knowing they just needed to score 1 point up from where they were and be 11 points in the lead, and then they would take it.
Yeah, and I just want to say to Sick in the Head, to Brienne, who is, a phenomenal player, and what she did at the free-for-all is amazing. And coming into today, they had the intimidating factor. They had the unknown. And I have to say to Brian, welcome to the league. I hope he keeps playing. He played amazingly for his first time. This is not easy. People who play from their couches and yell at us for getting questions wrong. I'm sorry. You're not under the cameras and the lights. And he stepped in, and he stepped up, and we were honored to play them, and we hope they come back. But I just want to give them props for playing and doing as well as they did.
Absolutely. And now this means you guys aren't splitting up, obviously, for Anarchy.
Boom. No. Sorry, Andrew guy. Not sorry at all.
They get a well-deserved rest.
Yes.
Yes, they absolutely deserve it.
Well, congratulations again. Are there people that you guys are looking to face, looking at these teams?
I don't know about that. I think I want to just sit with the belt for a minute. But I do want to say really fast one thing, because he's actually not here. I want to say thank you to Christian Harloff. Because Christian from the beginning has been a mentor, and I know some people out there give him a hard time. Oh, we always say that if the game was rigged, I would have had a belt a long time ago. Yeah. But I really mean that he's like been the Mickey to my Rocky Balboa, and I'm not inflating my own ego. I'm just saying, like, he has been so supportive. He puts this whole thing. Well, that is our commissioner, but Christian. This is Christian's baby, and I this means so much to me. This means a lot to be the first woman to hold a belt. Absolutely. It means, or to win a championship. Like, it really does, because we see it all the time. Like, there should be a women's league. There's no women's league. Yep. There's no women's league. We are the league. We're in the league, and we're the winners right now. And
we earned it. We played so many matches in our singles career and our career together. We said from the beginning we didn't want handouts. We didn't get any handouts. We fucking earned this. Yeah. And we're really, really, really proud. And then with Clark on the whole thing.
Do you know how many times Clark Wolf has had a title shot? Like, come on, people.
I'm just shocked. I just heard Rachel curse.
Sorry.
Anyways, congratulations again, ladies. Well-deserved win. Go enjoy this.
Yeah, thank you.
Sick in the Head, Brienne, Brian, that was a hell of a match to come out to your first time playing together. You got to be feeling pretty good still about your chemistry, despite, the outcome not being what you wanted, obviously.
Yeah, I think we work well together. I mean, we did a podcast together. I was on his podcast for 7 years.
Indeed.
As a regular segment. So I know his strengths, and I knew once we spun dance that was going to work for me, but not necessarily for him. And I
wasn't
thought,
going to be much help at that point.
Probably better to spin again.
Is that why you spun away from dance? I think we were all shocked that you spun away from dance, just because it's such a strength of yours. Do you regret doing that?
I don't regret doing that, just because I wanted this to be about the team and not about me. So that's why I knew there were plenty of other categories that I know something in, and I know that Brian is much stronger in. So that's why I felt, you know what, let's go with something else.
Yeah,
Brian, how was your first experience playing? Were the lights out there a little intimidating? I mean, obviously you guys maybe have practiced together, or, worked on it, and you can rehearse all you want, but being out there is a completely different game.
Yeah, once you're in it, once you're in the moment, it washes over you, and you're like, oh, I guess we're doing this. So in that respect, it was like, oh, all of a sudden, it's real. Here we are. It was exactly as expected to be. Brienne set me up very well to prepare for this and to be ready for what comes. And we got unlucky, unfortunately, with a couple of spins. They hit horror, and then it came up for us on the betting round, right? And this just didn't work in our favor, but they are great competitors and played a hell of a game. I'll have to go back and watch the tape, but I think they missed combined something like 1 or 2 questions. I mean, that was an incredible round for an entire game, actually.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully you'll come back and play with us some more. We absolutely enjoyed having you here. Thanks again, guys, for coming out today and for putting on a hell of a performance for your first time playing together. And I hope we see you guys back together soon, soon as this anarchy business is over.
Thanks for having us. Me, anyway.
All right, well, you see there, Ken. I mean, that is just some real emotional stuff right now. If you look at how happy the Shirewolves are, they've wanted these belts for so long, and it's one of those things, to my eyes anyway, where you want it and you're focused on getting it, and once you get it, you're not prepared for how it's going to feel once you finally have it. They're starting to feel just the weight of those belts from an emotional standpoint.
Look, I could say this. I am in the rear view mirror of Rachel and her career. Look at where she has gone. Look where Clark has gone. Look where Emma has led them. Mark, part of this team. You got to give it up for the Fife Club making history today, and the Shirewolves coming in here and just putting a stamp on this championship.
But I don't think sick in the head is done by any stretch of the imagination. I think Brian and Brienne have real chemistry. You want to call them the Bald and the Beautiful, or you want to call them, so whatever you want to call them, you can call them two damn good movie trivia competitors.
Absolutely. Maybe Brian's got that taste for blood, and Brienne getting so close, maybe she can come back. Maybe this will be a feud, a battle down the line. You never know, but we saw some history here today.
That's right. Well, that is Ken Knapsack. You can check him out on the Afternoons podcast with Josh Makuga and Ken Knapsack. You can also catch me at your local sports card den opening packs of 1987 Topps. I am merely Mark Ellison. You guys can check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon at any time. Support the show, select which tier is right for you, and maybe we'll say your name on a future telecast. Also, check out the Schmoedown Rundown podcast on iTunes and the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page. Once again, for Ken Knapsack and Christian Harloff, I am Mark Elvis. We have our first female competitors holding Movie Trivia Schmoedown belts. It's about damn time.
What's up, Schmoedown fans? Frank here, and it is time for your Schmoedown Breakdown.
And your winner!
Here we go, the team titles are on the line, and right from the get-go, the Shirewolves come out with a confident and dominant first round, scoring 13 points. Clark in this round scored 6 points, and that snaps a 6-game streak in which he has scored 7 points in the first round. The last time Clark scored 6 points in a team match was, ironically enough, in a title match against the Patriots. Shirewolves have a commanding lead, 13-9. Moving into round 2, Brienne and Brian put up a really good showing for a debuting team. They earned 8 points, answering 5 of 6. But again, the Shirewolves keep up their first round momentum and earn 10 points on their 6 questions. It's their best round 2 performance ever as a team. What was a 4-point lead for Rachel and Clark ballooned to a 7-point lead heading into the wager round. As the wager round concluded, the Shirewolves tacked on another 3 points to their lead, which meant they had a full 10 points over Brienne and Brian. Up to this point, Rachel and Clark had not missed a question since the 4th question in the first round. Into the speed round, Brienne and Brian would not make it easy. They managed to pop in 2 correct answers in a back and forth, but it was Clark Wolf who finally hit the dagger 5th question to give them an 11-point lead and the knockout to claim the vacant team title. Rachel and Clark are now the new team champions of the Schmoedown. Inside the numbers, Brienne and Brian played a respectable game, going 16 of 25 for 64% in a debut match. But the story here is the dominance of the Shirewolves. They continue their torrid pace. They went 24 of 27 for 89% correct. Their performance today is the 6th best accuracy of all time in a team match, but it is the #1 most accurate performance ever in a team title match. If you want to find out other stats about this match and from around the league, check out SD Rundown Stats on Twitter. And don't forget to check out the Schmoedown Rundown every Saturday on the Collider Podcast Network on YouTube and the Collider Factory podcast feed. This has been your Schmoedown Breakdown.
How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about the Patreon, you guys have a chance to support the Schmoedown. Now, myself, Mark Ellis, we've taken over the production. Basically, you guys have
great match. I'll pass over to JT.
We're trying to give back to the fans. Go and check it out right there. If you want to support the Schmoedown by becoming a patron today.
First off, I apologize for going.
I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you've given us. And yeah, there's some really crazy tiers in there. I'd love to get your opinions on it. Now, go enjoy the match. Go do it. It's a good match.
Hoping for and rooting for so long, and for to finally happen. So freaking awesome. They have worked their asses off to get to this point, and the bullshit from people on Facebook saying, "Oh, this wasn't deserved. They didn't deserve to get in this spot." You just hear that it was absolutely deserved. They earned this spot. You saw everything that they played so good, so hard, and they are now the champs, and hopefully they will be the champs for to prove the doubters wrong. And I'm just so happy for Clark and Rachel.
Yeah, that was definitely a great match. And Rachel and Clark said it themselves, like to all the people saying they don't deserve it. They did. Like they proved them wrong. They proved that they did deserve it, and they played well. I mean, and I mean that's not taking anything away from Brienne and Brian. I mean, they played well. I mean, and Brian was sort of in there, sort of. This was his first time, so I mean, he's probably still had the lights to get used to as well. So I mean, I really hope we see them back again after Anarchy as well. Maybe Brian is going to be one of the people that's going to be thrown into the Anarchy as well. So we'll have to wait to find that out. But I will still have to unpack this a lot more. You can find my thoughts on the summit this week. JDH, where can people find you online?
WWE JTH reacts on YouTube, where I'm usually reacting.
And you can find me on Take 3 Productions when I hosted my show Rankum, and this week we're doing Lost Characters, and you can also find me competing in movie trivia all over the place on Real by Movie Games and Multiplex. And until next time, take care.